Hey, I got your message. So what's wrong? Does it have to do with Johnny?
It's interesting. That'd be the first place you'd go, but no. It's Dad. He's about to take off again. I just thought you might want to say goodbye.
Where's he going?
You're asking me like I know where Dad goes when he leaves to go on the run? Like somewhere in the outer reaches of Mongolia?
Okay, so obviously I missed something major.
Okay, a tip came in that Dad was involved with money laundering and that we would find evidence here while we did. Now Dad's at the PCPD and Alexis is trying to get him.
Happen.
What do you know about this?
You braved this storm to discuss a business deal no Zakara has agreed to?
Well, I was hoping the storm would keep the father-son eternity in a way.
Trevor and Rick are paid to look after my family's interests.
And to protect us against predators like yourself.
Well, the question is, who's protecting you from the Lansings? Especially since both foxes have entered the hen house, so to speak.
You have insight to offer on my attorneys. I would love to hear it.
All right. You see, Trevor Lansing is a man driven by ambition but secured in the shadows. He wields his power from behind the scenes while making you and your children consistently dependent on him. Eventually, he becomes the one with the power.
Mm-hmm. And his kid?
Oh, he's a pathological opportunist. Proven only by the fact that Rick wouldn't let a little thing like you running him through with a sword prevent him from becoming your legal lapdog.
Maybe Rick realized it's healthier to stand with me than against me.
Well, something on which we agree. Which brings me to the reason for my visit. I would like to renew a request to lease the cannery for my import business.
Okay, business hours are over. Come back tomorrow.
Well, I could do that, but I have braved the elements.
If my son says hit the road, why the hell are you still standing there? Look, not the brightest bulb, but his instincts are infallible.
No need for muscle. I will leave you to your evening. Send my regards to the charming Claudia. Good night.
I'm asking you again. You lied to me the first time, I'll let it go. Did you have anything to do with Claudia's disappearance?
Sharon, I'm not convinced that Claudia is missing. But if she is, I had nothing to do with it.
I gotta go look for her then.
You can't go to Jason.
Sure I can, and I will. You'll believe me.
You have no idea what you will set in motion. Jason won't wait for proof. He'll just come and kill me. And then he'll go looking for my brother John, and he'll take him out just for good measure. Look, Johnny had nothing. You hear me? He had nothing to do with Michael's shooting. You want that on your conscience? Can you live with it?
Yes. You're so quick to defend your brother, but I'm yet to hear any grand protestations of innocence on your behalf.
Do you want to know what happened? Because I will tell you if you'll agree that you won't do anything.
Okay. I mean, there's no phone service here. So we're basically prisoners in this house until after the storm. But captive audience or not, you're going to have a really difficult time convincing me there are any good excuses for putting a child in a coma for the rest of his life.
We weren't trying to hurt Michael. We were trying to kill Sonny.
Do you know, for about 1 minute, Sonny and I were in a better place than we have been since this whole thing started.
And then something happened to change that?
Yeah, I handed Sonny the papers that Jax had Alexis draw up.
What do you mean? What kind of papers?
Renouncing all parental rights to Michael and Morgan. I know this is a sensitive issue for you, Jason.
It's not like Jake. Everybody thinks Lucky is his father. My enemies aren't going to target him, but I don't really understand what you thought you would accomplish. Everybody knows that Michael and Morgan are Sonny's kids.
Michael wasn't shot because he's Sonny's son. He was shot because he was standing too close to Sonny. And that's what happens. You know, if you're in the same room with Sonny, if you're in a warehouse with Sonny, if you go to the city with Sonny, if you're with Sonny, you're putting your own life in your hands, especially if his first instinct is to protect someone else, Jason.
So you're saying Morgan's going to be safer away from Sonny?
It ups his chances, wouldn't you say?
I won't argue with that.
But you're not agreeing with me.
It's the best I've got, Carly.
Well, at least you're being reasonable, you know?
I'm not Morgan's father.
Yeah. And as usual, Sonny can't see past his own self-interest. You know, he thinks I'm trying to take something away from him, something he owns. Never mind what's good for Morgan. He thinks I'm trying to punish him for what happened to Michael.
Are you?
You're acting like you knew Dad was going to be arrested.
Well, you didn't. I mean, talk about writing on the wall and big impossible to miss letters. I just didn't think it was going to happen this fast.
Has Claudia been here?
I haven't seen her, Lucky.
Give it a rest.
Excuse me?
What? Did Trevor not fill you in?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Like hell.
Lucky, please. My dad was arrested tonight.
What did he do?
What you paid him to do.
Apparently, somebody tipped the cops off that my dad was using the casino to launder money.
Yeah, conveniently enough, the money was right here. Practically in plain sight. Sound like a setup to you?
If it was, it wasn't mine.
Then I want you to give me a family member of yours that wants my dad out of the way.
You know something, I resent you questioning my motives because I am abiding by the law without violating Luke's civil rights.
Come on, you're practically giving him a lift to the city limits.
I'm sorry. And why do you care?
Okay, about Luke, no, I don't. But I am concerned about a certain Scott Baldwin or the mayor who might use this against you, Alexis, if Luke decides to disappear. Excuse me, when Luke decides to disappear.
Give me ammunition against the Sakaras. Maybe we can work out a plea bargain.
I appreciate the offer, Bubba, but I'm nobody's rat.
Oh, I hope you find your principles consoling when you're exercising in the prison yard an hour a day.
So, what's the verdict?
So, will you please release Luke?
Officer, release him.
Okay. So, I'm cautioning you, I'm warning you, I'm advising you. Don't even think about leaving town.
Whatever you say, boss.
You taking Sonny's side on this?
I'm just asking questions. If you don't want me to ask you questions.
No, you just have a unique way of looking at things, you know, which is why I'm here.
Okay, look, I understand that you're angry with Sonny. I know that you're angry with Sonny because you think he saved Kate instead of Michael, but like I read the ballistics report. Sonny was the target. The bullet hit close to him. It ricocheted. It hit Michael. Michael was 10 feet away. If that bullet didn't ricochet, Michael would have been fine. Or the possibility of Sonny running to try to shield Michael, he would have drawn the sniper's fire, and Michael still could have been hit, Carly.
So Michael's damned either way, right? That's my point. My children aren't safe when they're around their father. And nothing you just told me changes the fact that Sonny's first instinct was to protect Kate, not Michael. And I'm never going to forget that, Jason, and it will forever change the way I feel about him. Sonny will always jump in front of a bullet to save his kid. No, he won't. That's not true. And you know what? Maybe it never was.
When Kate Howard was shot and Michael went missing, Sonny assumed that Johnny was behind it, so he had my brother grabbed off the streets, and he locked him in a padded room in a mental ward, without food and without water, and beat him. Sonny was threatening to cut Johnny's fingers off and send him home to me in pieces.
Yeah, I guess I can see how that would make you angry.
It didn't make me angry, Nicholas. I couldn't see straight.
Well, why didn't you call the police?
Because that's not how we do things. Not the Zakaras, not my family, not Sonny. And when Michael came back and Sonny came around looking for a truce, me and John agreed to a truce. We agreed to it, but then I immediately found someone to take Sonny out without it getting back to me and John.
Yes. Enter Ian Devlin, right?
I had done some work with Ian before in Italy. And he was anxious to get a drug shipment into town. So I told Ian that I would help him out if he would take Sonny out. You knew Ian Devlin, didn't you? Didn't you, Nicholas? Because the night Michael was shot, I met with Ian Devlin in your office. And when he walked in thinking that he was talking to you, he was already furious. He must have been furious at you. So how do you fit into this whole scenario, Nicholas? Because I know that you do, and I can see it on your face.